My name is Mark Vance. My wife and I are the owners of Bison Ranch here in Black Creek. It's my wife and my mother and father-in-law and my 4 kids that farm this property. We first started farming here 5 years ago. We only had bison. We started with a herd of 32 animals, and we slowly built up the genetics till today. Now that we've calved out this year, we have over 220 head of bison. We also farm water buffalo. We have over 70 water buffalo that we raise for meat. When we started with bison, I just thought a bison was a bison. I actually thought it was still called a buffalo. Shortly into it, though, we learned that buffalo are distinctly different. We don't have any buffalo here in North America. What we really have are bison. Asia, they have water buffalo. And so we now have water buffalo, which are very different from a bison. A water buffalo wants to be loved and talked to, and a bison, on the other hand, just wants to be left alone. Give me my grass and my family and stay out of my way. Let me be a bison. They're still a wild animal, and so we've got to respect that. It's a huge family with a hierarchy, a matriarch and a patriarch of the herd, and they look after one another. They protect one another. When a new calf is born into our herd, you'll see numerous mothers and even breeding bulls come up and lick and sort of welcome the new calf into the herd. And it's really, there's a lot to learn from these animals, even in the way that we treat our own families. You got to think about it. Back in 1890, there was less than 1,000 bison left in North America. So the genetic pool is quite small. So whatever we can do to maintain strong genetics, healthy animals, and allow this species to continue, I think it's a responsibility we have. So 4 years ago is when we got into water buffalo, and it started quite simply. We had an orphaned bison calf that needed some friends, and bison can't live alone. They're a herd animal. And I contacted McClintock's here in Dove Creek. They had just had their first 2 bull calves born to on their water buffalo dairy. And I bought the bull calves and brought them home, and within about 24 hours, the 3 of them were best buddies. And it was now no problem bottle feeding this little orphan bison. And that was the beginning of it. And as we started to raise these bottle fed animals, and my kids were involved in that, we saw it as an opportunity to have the kids be actively farming without being in danger of being near bison. The bison are a little, they're too powerful, too strong, and too dangerous to have my younger ones around. And the water buffalo calves, on the other hand, are just a perfect pairing of work, and relationship building with animals. A few things that are different too with the bison and the water buffalo when it comes to understanding what's aggression. When a water buffalo cranks his tail up, he's super happy. You start scratching him and the tail cranks up. When a bison's tail goes up, you better be really close to a gate. You'll farm and work and as hard as you can and put everything into it, and yet it's all worth it.